Good morning, guys. Welcome to day 166. I believe that's what it is. Telling the YouTube millionaire. And I come bearing gifts today. I have notes. That happens every once in a while. I was inspired by a creator that I watch all the time to give you a little bit greater of an outline of who I am. You figure after 166 episodes or installments of my journey on YouTube, this is literally a sizable portion of an entire year of my life. Imagine 10 years from now, 3,650 episodes just of this. Because if it does so happen that I do become a millionaire on YouTube, which is not going to happen, I know that, and that's fine. I'll still have, all these videos, and I'm not going to stop once I become a millionaire or whatever. That's not the plan. The plan is to keep on going. But anyways, let's go ahead and give you a little bit more information about me. You can find this stuff, a lot of it, on my videos that I posted already. Can you believe there's over 1,000 videos on this channel now? Over 1,000. I keep on posting, and somebody's gonna find out that I exist. All right, my favorite color. I have difficulty deciding what my favorite color is because there's so many colors that I like. Much like another person who mentioned this earlier. It's strange that we kind of correlate in that. I guess it's not strange. be frank with you, I guess it's not. But if I had to pick one, if there were a gun to my head, I would pick forest green, which is the same color that Candace Everdeen in the Hunger Games says is her favorite color. My initials are PP, because that's what I talk about on this channel. PP. I am hilarious. Anyway, okay, but no, that's my initials, Payton Pearson. In case you didn't know, my real name is not Joe Bowers, aka Secretary Not Sure, which is what I go by on YouTube. My name's actually Payton Pearson, and the etymology of that name, Payton, comes from the patrician word, Patrick, or female version is Patricia. Payton can be both male and female as a name, and patricians are the political, religious, and military leaders. And I guess it kind of makes sense because that's kind of the stuff that I talk about. I'm a military veteran, blah, blah, blah. You get the point. Just sort of fit. But that's my name. Pearson, son of a pier worker. Or I guess the etymology of the last name is actually, I heard a while back, while I breathe, I hope. I like that. I like that a lot. I think it's appropriate. My favorite fruit is strawberries, if I had to pick one, but it's kind of hard to pick. I just say strawberries because they're easy to eat, nice and juicy. It sounded funny. Like I said, I talk about pee-pee on this channel. Anyways, strawberries are delicious. I really like cherries too. Maraschino cherries, which are not really fruit because they're just soaked in sugar, are delicious. Not good for you though. Let's see. I love dolphins and seals. Dolphins, because they're extremely intelligent. They're actually, the brightest of them are smarter than the average human, believe it or not. This is based upon equivalent intelligence tests that they have been given when the curious ones come up to hang out with us. And there's a fair number of them that do that. They're given tests to see how smart they are. The smartest of them are smarter than our average human beings. They're very, very intelligent. And, yeah, I think that's incredible. The only reason they don't have an organized civilization like we do is because they don't have hands and feet like we do. They can't manipulate the world as easily as we do. In a water biome the most effective way to do that would be something like an octopus. An octopus, by the way, one of the smartest creatures on the planet, alongside dolphins. And some people even think that they're actually from another planet, that they came here from like an asteroid or something, which I can understand that because they're so strange and foreign looking, but really cool. I like octopodes, octopi. I don't know, octopuses. That's always one. Anyways, I also love seals because they're literally water doggos. No shit. Pardon my language. They are part of the carnivora genus, which is the same genus as dogs, wolves, foxes, bears, raccoons. They are water doggos. No joke. They might even actually make viable offspring with doggos if they were to breed. No wonder they have such an affinity towards us and they have such puppy dog eyes. I love seals. They're awesome. I am a vicarious astronaut through this channel. I don't know why I wrote that, but there you go. Maybe it has something to do with us talking about professions and whatnot. And I have soft nails. I think it's actually tied into, look at this, guys. I know it's weird. See that? It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. So those of you who are cringing right now because it's like, no, it doesn't hurt. I think that's related to me having some type of connective tissue issue that's undiagnosed, and I've been trying to get doctors to tell me what caused this for years, and they can't seem to figure it out. But that could also be related to, and I posted this in a video a while back, why I'm as intelligent as I am. I think that there's actually a connection between, ironically connective tissue disorders and higher levels of intelligence, because it like loosens up the connections in your cerebral cortex and allows it to expand a little bit more effectively. That's my guess. So, yeah, I'm considered a super genius. Not to toot my own horn, but technically by the numbers I am. And that might be why. That might be why. So, I grew up as a nomad in Northern California, bounced around all over the place. It was a very difficult upbringing. My parents would attest to that. We got evicted several times for various reasons, not paying rent and all that stuff. And, my parents had trouble with substances when I was younger. They've gotten past that now, but it took a long time. It's not easy, even for hardworking, intelligent people like my parents. Addiction is very tough, and that was one of the primary reasons we bounced around so much in Northern California when I was younger. We finally settled down in Roseville, in this house in which we live now, and so we're going to be for the rest of our lives. There's a house right next door that is about to go up for sale, which I want to buy, but because I've been constantly attacked by these demonic forces that I've been telling you guys about for so many episodes of this on this channel, which is true, I'm not lying, my finances have been crippled. I'm not broke, but I have no credit, which is ironic because I'm a real estate entrepreneur, and real estate entrepreneurs really do need credit. A credit score, I mean. Mine is not very good. I haven't checked it in a while because I know it's probably around something that it shouldn't be. It should be much higher. But when you've been attacked like I have been, it's very tough to get your head above water. And I have sources of income, but even that is a challenge. I've been to 40 states and 7 countries, at least 40 states, because I've lived in several parts of the country, done many things. Being a military veteran, you PCS a lot. I lived in Colorado Springs for a while, Del Rio, Texas, Omaha, Nebraska, Dayton, Ohio, And you also have little excursions that you go to in other parts of the country to get trainings and stuff. And, with the deployments, you see different countries. So I've been to Qatar, Greece, Germany, Great Britain, many others. Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay, or is it Uruguay? Paraguay, I think. Lots of different countries. Canada. And some of those on vacations, too. I've been to Mexico doing cruises and stuff with my family. But there you go. I'm a published author. If you want to find my documents that aren't officially published by a company, like I have a novel, it's right here, actually, black and white, The Odyssey of Eden, Time Travel and the Apocalypse. You learn somebody very in-depth by reading what they write. So those of you who want to know more about me, please buy this book and leave me a review. I could use your help. Black and White, The Odyssey of Eden. It's about time travel and the apocalypse. And it's not going to be the only book I write. I'm going to write a ton of them. Many more to come. But also, the stuff that isn't published by a publishing company, you can find on figshare.com. And I've even posted some scientific papers on marssocietypapers.org. But figshare.com, and just type in my name in the search engine, and you'll find my papers. Payton Pearson. Type my name in there, you'll find my papers. I don't have them all up there, but I have the notable ones. A lot of the really good ones. Ones that I think are really good, anyway. I've run 18 marathons, 2 ultras, half a dozen half marathons. And because of my crucifixion disease, I can't do that anymore. It was a sudden onset. The technical name, the medical name that you could give it is acute idiopathic peripheral vascular disease. Acute, meaning sharp, happens all at once. Idiopathic means the doctors don't know what caused it. Peripheral, distal arms and legs. Vascular, the vascular system. Disease, it's a disease. And doctors don't know what caused it, but before that, I had run 18 marathons, 2 ultras, half a dozen halves. I was a really good runner, too. I was also a track runner. My best mile time was a 4:44. It could have been better had this stuff not happened to me. My best marathon's a 2:52:23. You can find that if you go to coloradomarathon.com. I'm listed there, and I believe it was 2016. It's right around there. And then my best half is a 1:18. So I was good. I was really good when I was running. But, literally kneecapped. You can't keep doing it. Demons attack you all the time. I'm telling you guys, this stuff is real. This stuff is real. I've had enough trauma in my life for a regular person to unalive themselves half a dozen times over. I'm not exaggerating about that. I was talking about that with my mother actually a couple nights ago. Just because I was opening up a little bit, and I try to not tell too much of that, because if I open up too much, she soaks up too much of the emotion, just like anybody does, and it breaks them down. I've made therapists cry before. Therapists, psychologists. So is my mom, because the stuff that she's told the doctors, the therapists and whatnot, it's heavy. It's fucking heavy, all right? So I keep most of that stuff to myself. And the reason I take Prozac, I have PTSD, right? What Prozac does, it doesn't numb me. What it does is it makes me stop focusing on things that I cannot change. It mutes those things and allows me to focus on the things that I can change. No matter how many times the goalpost gets moved on me, okay, roll with the punches. You keep going forward until somebody comes to help you. Anyway, I started YouTube that was one of the reasons. So that who I am and what I am would not be lost forever. Because I don't have any kids, I don't have a wife, and I don't have a job. I live off of disability Because no matter what I do, the goalpost keeps on getting moved on me. I cannot get a job where either I'm not treated like a slave or I am not paid what I am worth. I've literally had jobs in the past few years that have paid me 50 cents an hour equivalent. And then I've had jobs that have treated me like I'm garbage. There's a lot of stuff I can do. I can't get a job. So that's after applying for 1,400 jobs on different job posting platforms. When somebody says that they're urgently hiring for an electrical engineer, they're lying. They're lying. They want a visa, an H-1B visa holder, so that they can pay them 10% of what they're actually worth. If you have a master's in electrical engineering, like this guy right here, they're not going to hire you. They're just not. Because they have to pay you what you're worth, and they don't want to do that. So, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer here. I'm just opening up to you. It has not been fun. If I get too emotional about it, I will wear you out. I will make you sad. And I don't want to do that. I'm here to inspire and encourage you guys. Basically, all the stuff that's happened in my life, I want you guys to know about it so that you can see that you can keep going even through all of this. One last thing. I said that this is enough to make somebody unalive themselves half a dozen times. I'll just list some of the things out. First one, having been rejected by every single woman I've ever asked out or only tacitly dated them and then they ran away never to talk to me again. Second one, being a marathon runner and no longer being able to walk even right now. Third one, not being able to get a job. Fourth one, nearly getting a dishonorable discharge when I left the military because they were trying to fuck me over. Fifth one, being disqualified as a pilot entirely unjustly when I was trying to become an astronaut. I still am. 5 right there. 6, not being able to get a job out of my time in the military. And I'll leave it at that. The only reason I bring that up, not to make you guys feel sad or unhappy, but to make you guys see that you can keep going, even through that. One of the phrases that I say, and apparently it came out of like a naval military document, naval AFI or something to that effect, until death, all defeats are psychological. So it doesn't matter what's happened to me in my life if I'm still breathing and able to continue. Physically, I have been damaged, but that doesn't matter. I'm still going. And so can you. All right? I wanted to give you a little bit more. I want this person who's going to watch this, I want to meet you and get to know you. All right. Love you all.